Hello and welcome to the Heat Signature Daily Challenge. It is the 2nd of July, and today we are stealing 3 parts of the Sundermass object while going as fast as possible. Today we are dying Glitchstick, Tough, and X Foundry. So, pros and cons on using all our teleports. We got a hammer to pass around. We got a swapper. Can't swap in. Well, we could do a quick swap. But we probably won't. We also got a sidewinder, jumping the gun. Probably won't because we've got a foundry brick. Now, we can break the ends of all of these ships. At least most of them. Maybe not if they've got a timer. But we do risk like breaking the keys, so it'll be risky. We'll see how it looks. Alright, glitch dashing with keys, shotguns, mini sentry guns. Let's see how it looks. Okay, reinforcements. That's perfectly fine. Question is... So this is the problem. We got a crate right here. We have no idea if this room connects to this room, or both. So we've essentially got like a slightly greater than 50% chance of being able to directly access it. And if we lose that 50, then we also have a chance of killing the key carrier that could be in this room, or this room, or this room. It's not super likely that they're in this room, but it is possible. We also just brick the pilot for funsies. I don't know. It's possible it's not anything at all. Do we just go risky today? Do we just go risky? Maybe we just go risky. Curiosity, I do want to see where the telepad is. Telepad's right there. I don't think we can break that. It's too close to the entrance. Wait. No. I don't want to launch myself closer to the target. How about this way? Alright, so yeah, we're taking a huge risk with this. I also forgot that if I launch myself out here, then I match speed with myself and not the ship, so that'll make this a little more difficult. Just look at how much it drags me to the left. Alright, we'll just have to do some old manually adjusting ourselves. Going to the right quite a bit. Going to the left just a little bit. All right, going just inward and to the left slightly. I think we'll be fine. For the brick, at least. That was a bonk. Gotta go further back, I suppose. Is this worth it? This is taking some time, and it's also got a decent chance of just going terribly wrong. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. All right, we didn't destroy the thing. No injuries have been suffered. No crew killed. Or the injury suffered is me. No crew killed. No unconscious. Good, good. It looks like we did not connect directly to the target. But we should at least have access to the keys. That oxygen is draining quickly, so we'll catch ourselves. And then, yeah, hopefully we don't have to go like... Oh, wait, no. The entrance was just blocked by the explosion. All right, so we're good. Go around this way. Take our sweet dying time. Boop, boop, boop. Contractors coming in. And we dock. Perfect. We chose the right direction. We get this. Just a lot of teleporters today that I just cannot use. Okay. Alright, return to pod. We need to drift just a little bit so we don't automatically dock. And off we go. For 8 seconds. Ship 1 under 10 seconds accomplished. Alright, next we got glitch dashers. Everywhere. And what is this? 40 seconds. Alright, 40 seconds is a little more sus on being able to brick, unless they only have one engine and it's incredibly easy to dislocate that engine. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Get myself to a closer station just to save a little bit of time. We'll just hop in this one. Okay, let's also check where... Oh no, I guess there's no telepad on this one. Alright. I'm gonna have trouble on this one. Yeah, so this right here is too close. Can I not actually... Screw you, entrance, just blocking me from being able to... Okay, so I... No? Sometimes I can hit a corner a little bit. God, this is lame. This should not be happening. I should be able to brick this. Rude. Oh, and then I brick bonk against the inside of the ship for some reason. Alright, crates over this way. I am sad. I can't tell if it's just a fluke whenever I bump off of it. Why is it working this time? Hold on. Why is it working so consistently sometimes? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Why is it doing this? Why is this working? Does slow-mo affect it? I don't know what's going on, but maybe eventually we'll get enough speed that we brick it. Hold on. Is it matching speed? Matching speed, and it goes like this. I don't match speed. No. I don't know what's going on here, but maybe this will work one of these times. No. Is it? Yeah. Is it holding on to thrust? That doesn't make sense. Okay, it seems to only happen when I'm holding on to thrust. But that doesn't explain why it wouldn't work. That doesn't explain why it wouldn't work in other cases, because I'm always holding thrust when I'm bricking. I'm gonna run out of dying timer at this rate. Okay. No. Why? Why, game? Tell me your secrets. I need to know, why can I sometimes bonk this? I'm so confused. This is upending everything I know. Alright, we got a good launch speed. Maybe if we get up close with the camera. No, the fuck way. This... Everything that I know has been turned upside down. Everything I know. I don't understand. I do not understand why this is working. It seems to be related to holding... Okay, so it definitely seems to be... It seems like you can only brick near an entryway when you're holding down the thrust. And maybe it's also you have to be zoomed in with the camera. Like fairly zoomed in with the camera. And then I wasn't paying attention as to whether or not I was doing it in slow motion there. So that may or may not have an effect. Alright, well we disabled the alarm sort of effectively, the consequences of the alarm. Now I try to do the rest of this without dying to the dying timer. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mess with that. If this is repeatable on other ships, this changes everything. Because that's just been the assumption for years. Okay, so that's the weird thing is, like, at one point in my heat signaturing career, I know I had a time where I could brick places that were close to bricked entry places. I remember that being a thing, and then one day it just stopped working. And I thought it was something to do with my machine, but never knew what was going on. Maybe it's just a difference in technique. One of the new techniques that I learned for precision bricking just causes it to not work. Maybe it's just because I'm too zoomed in or too zoomed out. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all. Except sometimes you do still go through it when you're zoomed. I'm confused. I'm confused. All right, what are we doing? We got a crate right here. Can we see inside? We can't see inside. If it was target flees, we could see inside because it would trigger the target fleeing and then the ship would stay loaded. But it is not. All right, so we're just gonna brick. Get plenty of space. And then so this should be fine for just regular bricking. Did I move my mouse too much? No, we're good. That does get us directly into the room. So yeah, in theory, after I brick this, I could then... Wait a minute. Hold on. Alright, this is gonna be risky, and we're going up against the dying timer, but I have to try. Okay, will you let me? Oh! I'm curious, will you let me on this one? No. Alright, that's good for me. This. Alright, so if we go back here. Does it have to do with, like, time since last phasing through one of these or something like that? What happens if I zoom out, zoom in? Does that reset anything? No. What if I go far-ish away? Wait, I haven't... Wait, have I been holding... I don't know if I've been holding the thrust. Okay, alright. This is risky. Because if we brick this, there is a chance that this rolls back in and just collides with the ship and then destroys itself. Is this actually even worth it? I do need to think about this. Oh, we definitely got to turn back down today. Wasn't expecting that on a brick day. All right, so if we brick this room and it separates, this is then considered a separate ship from this ship. And this ship is the one that has the time near ship counter on it. So if we can brick this and then they separate far enough from each other, then I can approach this effectively ship with 0 seconds, dash in, grab it, dash out, and then the only time that would be counted would be the time spent on this ship. But that's only if they separate far enough or if this ship disappears, which I normally would be able to pretty much ensure, but we've only got 2.5 minutes left. And if I do break this, there's a decent chance that this will go off spinning and make it much more difficult to dock. On the other hand, we don't have to deal with this like, let's do it. We're doing weird science stuff. Let's do it. It's fine. It'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Alright, so crate's right there. Alright, so we zoom out. Get our speed. Zoom in. No way, it actually works. Okay. I'll need to do some testing, but right now I think it's a combination of holding thrust and being zoomed in. Lets you more likely to brick things that are close to entryways. Alright. So yeah, it's drifting a little close to the ship, but we might be fine. W, and then it's always a click. Alright. How's it looking? Alright, so yeah, it is separating, going off and doing its own thing. Can I brick this room? That might ensure this ship disappears or something. Maybe. I'm not sure. It seems like sometimes the ship disappears when you go far enough away, but it's not consistent. Right, at any rate, the room itself isn't spinning wildly, so that's good for our docking. We can prolong our life a little bit here by hopping out into space and letting some time pass. I need to learn what causes oxygen to refill. Last time I checked, it didn't seem like being on the pod fixed it. Like the bar will reset, I think. But I think it goes down faster. Maybe. Maybe. It's a little difficult to tell. That is giving us a good amount of time. All right, so yeah, what we're doing here is we're just buying time to see if we can get this section far enough away from this one. I'm gonna take a water. Okay. Being able to break off a corner like that is actually huge. All right. Hop off. Now that seems to. It's a little difficult to. It feels like it's resetting the oxygen counter. Sometimes it feels like it doesn't, but yeah. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering what I'm doing at this precise moment, um, the game only cares about one of these timers at a time. If you're currently suffering from lack of oxygen, you stop dying. Just whatever disease you have, just like, oh, never mind, this oxygen thing that takes precedence over whatever I'm doing to this body. And so as long as you continuously starve yourself of oxygen, you can prolong your life. You know, this seems to be resetting the oxygen. All right, how are we looking? There. That's It's getting close. It is hard to judge distance, but it definitely feels like it's getting close to leaving its range. Imagine being this pilot and just actually doing this. This makes no sense in character. Why would you repeatedly just hop out of your pod just to prolong your life for a little bit longer so you can wait for a ship to separate from itself because you want to take as little time as possible. All right, that's feeling pretty far away. It's like approaching fade out times. And interestingly, you can still see the viewports. All right. We'll do just a little bit more of this as we travel to our destination. And then we'll dock it proper. We'll still maintain speed just in case. We're still close. We're still too close. And even this far away is too close. You'd really have to wait for a long while. Yeah, there's been some times when I've been able to do this and like this seems to just disappear. There's gotta be, I wonder if we like destroyed the pilot's room as well, if it would eventually disappear by being too far from everything. Not sure. But alas. We go in. Get crate. Oh, another teleporter. We dash. We return to pod. And at the very least, this should be a faster leaving experience. So we're at 3 seconds now. All right, only 2 seconds to undock. Only 2 seconds. So yeah, doing all of that shenanigans did definitely save time. Like, probably like 2 seconds. All right, we got a minute for ship 3. Let's be a little bit careful about our timer. Turn that in. All right, we got armor everywhere. Heavy reinforcements, striker jammer, lots of guards. All right. Why does it have to choose today of all days to spawn really close when for once the dying timer is actually relevant? No, I can brick it while I'm hanging out in space. In theory, what if I'm hanging out in space and that causes the bricking to... No, the regular bricking is fine. Yeah, we can just break this view. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. It's fine, it's probably fine. It's probably fine, though we do need to let you go away. Is that too close? That feels too close. But we've reached the point where we can't care about it too much. Yep, it's too close. Curse you, game. Alright. Lost the 2 seconds that I gained from the last ship. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, don't get too close again. Alright, so I'll match speed. Just hop out perpendicular to it. And we'll just go from here. That's right, I can't match speed directly with them. Okay, just double checking. Crate's right here, so yeah, if we just get that corner, we're perfectly fine. Wait. Time 9 seconds. I'm too close right now. Hold on. Can I get far enough away? With that. Is that enough? Probably not. Oh, let's go back 11 seconds. Yeah, no. Wait, no, all my time gains. All my time gains. My time near. Oh, no. Oh, am I gonna miss? I missed. This is terrible. This is terrible. Would have been faster to just dock and then do a quick swap or something. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 16. Please don't screw this up. I ruined it. I ruined it all. I lost everything. Is it still going? 18. I ruined everything. No. Okay. Okay. Is there anything good? It does, from what I saw in the last one, it does feel like you maybe can't brick the room directly next to a docking point still, which makes some sense. So I don't think you'd be able to like carve out a whole section. I'm sad. I'm sad that this went so badly right at the very end. Oh no. Let's see, probably got to be farther away. I spent so much time, so much time getting the previous ships to work out. And the game repays me with a ship spawning right next to my spawn. All right, drifting a little bit down, but it's probably fine. Uh, what do you mean? What do you mean that was a miss? Excuse me? Now, if I run out of oxygen here, I'm not gonna mind too much. 18 seconds already. Now, I do need to make sure to bonk on this side. That's true. If I don't bonk on this side, I get flung off in the other direction. Do have to watch my oxygen. All right, drifting slightly up, so this is probably fine. Zooming in, zooming out, just to be sure. Just to be sure, I'm watching you. That's gonna miss. Maybe I'm drifting more than I thought. All right, let's see if we can course correct this. Nope. The good news is nobody's dead. So we can get the key. All right, so we got the oxygen. What happens if we pick ourselves up and hop out again? Seems pretty fine. All right, so now do we brick again? We do. If we brick again, we do risk both blowing up the crate if we miss, and if this was the connection. Yeah, we're 18 seconds in the hole. What's another risk? What's another risk? We actually got far enough away that we're matching speed with the ship? That's a thing? What? That's been a thing this whole time? I'm guessing we just have to be on the other side of the ship for it to happen? That's insane. I am learning so much today about a technique that I am particularly specialized in. Jeez. Okay, so press U to remove the UI. Good portion of it, at least. Okay. So yeah, we got this room. This room. So this room has the crate, and we want this room. It feels a little far away, though it's difficult to tell. Right, so that's the crate. We want this one. Match speed. We're drifting to the left ever so slightly. I think. Still drifting. All right, so we'll try this. I think this is fine. Now we are close. All right. We are close to the previous breach point, so I think we do need to zoom in on this. Oh! Got myself at just the right time. No! That was pretty close to break. Yeah, do I just give up on this? I think I just give up on this. I just give up on this. All right, we take the 20 plus seconds, however long this is gonna take. You know what I maybe could have done? I could have. Okay, something to check after this. Something to check after this. If I remember. Yep. My catching has not been on point today. Alright, we only got 30 seconds. So let's get as much speed as we can. And approach in an awkward fashion. Which of these points do I need to dock with? I don't know. Let's try middle. Middle was wrong, but also right, considering we got you here. Wait, no. This isn't locked. Never mind. We're good. So interestingly, bricking here would have been worse. Slightly, because we would have had to deal with the tracker. Huh. Funny how that works. Although we would have had an easier time leaving. We didn't have to wait for just a second, but we did get under 30 seconds at the very least. Assuming we survive, that is. I think I do have to take off through this a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, we're just gonna beeline it to this station. All right, 29 seconds. We saved ourselves from 30. I don't think we're gonna be first on this one. I could be wrong, though. Could be wrong, and I also should turn back time, because we are 23 minutes over. All right, 10 seconds remaining. Yes, we were definitely a ghost about that one. No marks left behind. All right, yeah, I'm curious what my placement is here. Yeah, not surprising. Closer? It's still like a little bit close if I didn't if I didn't completely absolutely drop the ball on ship 3. Would have been very fine. All right. Let's look at yesterday's. And me in first place with 29 seconds and a 5.989. 7-2 in second. Cassandra in third. Razdal Bachelor in fourth. And Zazaza in fifth place. Good job, everybody. I am reeling at the roller coaster of today's run. Let's look at things again. All right, I need to check. Okay, so it's difficult. All right, so right at this moment, from here to it's like a straight line from here to here to here, almost a little bit. What happens if I enter training? Are you still around? You're not still around, as far as I can. Okay, here to here to here. As far as I can tell, you may not be around. And if I leave, where does that put you? About the same place. Now, what if I enter and just let time pass? Interesting that it doesn't even show the... It doesn't show the dying timer here, and it doesn't tick down at all. That actually surprises me a little bit. So if we let a whole bunch of time pass in here, does that translate to the outside world? No. Alright. So my thought was if I could enter the training area to get them to move out of range and save some dying timer stuff, but it seems not. Darn. I want to do something just real quick. Just try bombing this thing one more time. In a way that'll be a little bit funny. Alright, so traditionally, the thought is this should be unbrickable because we'll just phase right through it. But we've now learned that if you're holding down thrust... Oh, I let go of thrust. For the most part, if you're holding down thrust, it works. Now, what if I'm like relatively close, but then I zoom way out? Hit at least once. Like, it's hard to tell if we phased through the second time or if just missed. Unclear about the second time, but once again, it did break. So is it... Why would it... Alright, what if I hold thrust while in slow-mo? What if I hold thrust while in slow-mo while zoomed out? Why has this not worked before? Do I just stop holding thrust at some point? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. And also now I just split it into 3 parts with 1 brick, and I like that. Press the wrong thing. They're going off their separate ways. There's no way this is brickable. But then this, okay. And this. Alright, so this corner's brickable. Do I just let go right before? I think I just like let go right before I would hit. For some reason. I'm like, alright, I'm close enough, I can let go. I'm close enough, I can let go. Whereas if I don't let go, I just brick it? Has this been a thing this whole time? Oh, I can sometimes get... No, I can sometimes get... Okay, so there does seem to be a connection between, like... You can brick... You can brick... Nah. It's like, that's too close, that's... So it does seem... It feels like there's a connection between recently being too close to one of these entryways and then not being able to brick. And then do that. I am confused. Maybe it's not that. I am confused. Alright, where was the actual thing on this one? They're panicking, that's fine. Cargo crate, alright. Let's separate this again. Oh. Matching speed with the wrong piece of this ship. Alright, so let's brick this window. I'm gonna be loosey-goosey about this. If I hit the wrong... I accidentally destroy the crate, I'm not gonna worry too much. Alright, A... Did that cause the ship to unload? I can no longer see the fields that have been put down. Weird. Alright, so now if I don't press anything, I just phase right through, as expected. And if I do hold on, I brick. I do wonder if I've just, most of this time, I've been letting go. That doesn't feel right. That feels like I would be able to do a lot more bricks than I would have in the past. Anyways, now we're next gonna brick this. Alright, if I stay zoomed out and just hold this, will it work? It worked. Alright, now I'm curious. If I brick the pilot, does that make them disappear? After I leave. All right. All right, so we're gonna leave. Any changes? Still there. Any changes? Still there. And if I dock completely, still there. Is there anything else I can do? Leave and then come back. Still there. And then what if I enter training mode? Personal mission failed? Alright, so that's not an option. The game might crash. Okay, no, it just left. Interesting. Definitely feels like sometimes the ship unloads. I wonder if it needs to be on a different section entirely in the first place. Like a different room section, maybe. Difficult to tell. But yeah, if you wait long enough, then it'll separate and you can dock with 0 seconds, but it's a little difficult on dying. What are we doing tomorrow? No harm, stealing. No harm with a brick. Sad. All right. Well, we learned today? Question mark. My mind is a little bit blown. All right. Well, that's. It's a good thing I haven't made my bricking tutorial yet. Can add that to the list of things to talk about in that, I guess. All right. Well, we get. How long has this been? An hour almost. All right. Thanks. See it. See ya.